All right, this happens to be an antique Cub Cadet, but it's got a problem that you're going to find on lots of different lawnmowers. And this is, over the winter, my choke is rusted up and I can't pull it out. I can barely pull it out, and I have to have it to pull out to start it. It just doesn't want to start without choking it for a second. So I need to remove this and replace the whole thing. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I ordered a new cable. It's not exactly the same one. It's a little bit thinner, but I think it'll work. And it sounds like a simple job, doesn't it? You can just get in here, take this off, take it off down here on the carburetor, and you're good to go. Well, first off, to get down in there, I need to take off the coil. To take off the coil, I also got to take off the condenser. And then, to get back in here, I've got to get some more room. I just can't maneuver my hand back there enough, I don't think, to get it off. But before I do that, I'm going to get it off from the carburetor itself. So I'm going to take off this coil, the condenser, and then maybe I can get down in here and get to this bracket. First I'm going to look and see if I can do it by taking off the air cleaner, but I don't think so. It's got a weird little clamp on there. It looks like it just pops on there. That probably is not going to work for my new cable. That's a fatter cable. Well, you know what? I think maybe I can do it with just taking off the air cleaner. I always try to do this the easiest way. So let's see what happens. Let's say this is I think a 1963. But still a lot of mowers come with I'll blow that out when I'm done. I just got to take out these two screws. Should be good. I can feel it though. Right there. That makes more sense. Alright, I'm going to set this aside so I don't tip it over or something. Now I can get to this. And this may turn into a really easy job. Let's hope so. This looks like it just pops on there, so I'm going to get a pair of pliers and give it a little tweak and see what it does. To say I may not be able to use this because the new cable I ordered isn't as thick as this. You know, I didn't expect it to be exact, but I thought it'd be closer than this. Look at that. It's off already. So now pull this out of here. Now I don't have to pull the coil out. If I can get to the nuts back there, you won't be able to see it, but if I can get to the nut, I can get it off. Save it. See, it is rusted up, man. That's what was on the back. This is what they sent me. Look at that thin stuff. Wow. Look at the difference. Obviously it's way too long. So I'm going to cut this about there, but before I cut it, I'm going to pull the center out. I'm going to mark this. I mean, it's not perfect, but mark it with a piece of tape. All right. this wire out here a little bit. Make it a little easier to pull out. When you're working with this old stuff, sometimes you have to adapt, you know. So you just don't make things the same as they did. And that was probably on there for 50 years. Okay. Now I'm just going to pull this right out of there. Pull it clear out. So you, okay? Lay that on the ground. Now I'm going to cut this off right about there. See? These lineman pliers do a pretty good job of cutting it. Boom. Boy, that stuff is soft. Alright. Cut it off. Then I'm going to stick this back in here. Make sure it goes through. Nice and smooth. Okay. There we go. And it moves. Thought I wish the old one did. So there we are. But now, push this in all the way. I need to make this look like this. This look like this. Okay. But then I'll worry about making it the thickness, the right thickness. So I want to get one chance at this, so that's about it. I'm going to cut it just a tad long. You know, we shorten it, I guess. See how long I got there. I think I can get away with it. Okay. Got a bolt pushed all the way in. Well, the other one's always pushed in. I can't get it out. Now I just got to make this offset. And that's not always the easiest thing in the world, because it takes some tiny little pliers. Which should I do first? Go up or back? I don't know. Tighten these up as tight as I can get them. Pretty handy little tool, these needle nose vice grips. Alright, so I got it on there like that. I don't know if I'm doing this right or not, but I'm going to do it. I got to bend it up 90. Okay, but now I have to make it come back. So I got this part. Now I'm going to move my pliers up here. I want it to be a pretty tight corner. Okay. And what's the twist? I want it to be very close to being a 90. Another one. And that keeps it in there. Not perfect, but it's close. I'm going to try to retain this little original part. Going through there like this. Trying to make it look like I never did it. Then we'll put the nut on it. And make sure I got the right size, because nowadays half the shit's made in other countries. And they did retain a 9/16, so there we go. So now I'm going to feed this through there, put the nut on the back. But I already see a problem. This is going to hit. This is going to be dragging on. The way this plate is made, it might. Yep, it looks good. So I think we can get away with that. All right. I got to look in here and make sure that it doesn't rub on here. What I'm going to do, I've got the choke lever all the way in. I've got the choke all the way off. I'm going to mark on both sides of this. Let's see if I can make that. First idea is to put some heat shrink on it. The easiest way would be to tape it. What should I do? Tape looks like shit. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get that back off whatever that filament is. Ah, come right off. Okay. Now, get it back out here when I get to it. If I can find my mark. Okay, there's my marks right there. Let's see what I got. Okay, here's that piece that I cut off. The heat shrink will fit it, so I'm going to cut off a little piece of this, slide it up on there. I can get it through here. I know I should have done this first, but I didn't. Okay. Where'd my mark go? Okay, there's my mark right there. That's about where I want it. I'm going to heat that up, get that shrink. Then I'm going to see if I can put another piece over it. I know. They make heat guns with this, right? Now I'm going to try to put a piece of heat shrink over the top of the heat shrink. This one ought to be a little easier because it's all I'm doing is trying to build it up like the old one was. Heat shrink's kind of cool. You can buy it at I used to buy it at Radio Shack all the time, but that's gone. So now I have about the only place it's easy to get to and find it is I think this probably came from Harbor Freight. Alright, let's see if it's big enough yet before I clamp it all on. in from the back. Remember, right? I don't want to crimp it because then it won't work right. Come on, get in that hole. There you go. Make the curve. The bend. I know it's not the prettiest, but I may trim it off a little bit. Alright, so it's in all the way. It's all the way open. So if I snap that shut, I guess it'll snap shut now. That didn't go crazy. Now, if it'll work with a cover on it, this job will be simple just like it should have been. Okay, here's a handy little tool left over from my electrical days. I'll show you why it's so handy. These little short screws, you can stick it in there, push on it, and they'll hold the screw in place. I can just kind of hold this up there, line it up, start the screw, release it, grab the next one. It's the Klein tool. So old. I've worn all the hands off of it. I know it's a Klein tool. We're working with voltage, hot things. It's a must. Anyway, you got room in your toolbox. Nice to have. A lot of tools are nice to have, but sometimes you got too many. So, anyway, I'm probably there. I got used to using them. Now I'm going to make sure that works. See if this will pick up the light in there. So there it is. Right there. As you can see, I got plenty of clearance, nothing slipping. It opens and closes. Okay, that chokes on, chokes off, chokes on, chokes off. I'm going to make sure that it's off completely. You don't want to go around running over the choke on. Okay, I want to go ahead and I'll go ahead and button this up and start it up. You can see I replaced the pre-cleaner. That's pretty important. The inside, I don't replace those very often, but I do try to keep these clean. I could have taken the old one and dumped it in something, some kind of cleaner, gasoline or something, and cleaned it out and sprayed it out. I don't know, but since I had one, I just went ahead and replaced it. Off that fan. Should have done that 10 minutes ago. Heat out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this beast up and let you hear it. It's like I say, it's 70 years old, but it runs a little rough. Little dude pulls though. Let's start her up. What do you think? You ready for this? Yeah. Turn on the gas. Try out my new choke. Ooh yeah. Oh, that's so much easier. Here you go. Okay. jobs out of the. I've been going to do that all winter. It was too cold, and I just got around to ordering the part. Yeah. I bought that part on Amazon. Let me see what it was. What was that part? Where's the bag? Oh, this is what I just put in there. You can get them just as cheaply at about anywhere, really. Universal. Who made this crazy thing? I'm sure it was made in China. Dorman Products, made in China. Dimensions. Can't read it. Dimensions. 3/8, 24 inches long, I guess. Nope, 5 feet long. There we go. Here's the dimensions. Wire thickness 47 thousandths. Pretty small. All right. Well, anyway, it works. It's very flexible. I say that for it. And but it's made of awfully soft metal. But hey, who cares? I'm happy it works. All right. Bye-bye.